hold on to your seats, because the celebrity world just got shaken. Rumor has it, DDG has officially been found guilty in the shocking case filed by Halle Bailey, and the details, let's just say they're messy, emotional, and leaving fans completely stunned. Was it all hidden behind the glitz and glamour, or is this the public fallout we've been waiting for? Today, we're diving deep into every twist, every whisper, and every jaw-dropping moment surrounding this scandal, and trust me, you do not want to miss a second. Hey everyone, welcome back to Celeb Juices, where the tea is always hot, the vibes are always chill, and we talk about everything happening in Hollywood's wildest relationships. If you love unfiltered breakdowns, deep dives, and celebrity gossip that keeps you on your toes, then you already know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into this one, because today's story has the entire internet buzzing. So, here's what everyone's whispering about. DDG has allegedly been found guilty for charges filed by none other than Halle Bailey. Yes, that Halle Bailey, the soft-spoken, graceful star of The Little Mermaid, the woman whose gentle smile could light up an entire room, and the same woman who once stood proudly beside DDG, showing the world that love in Hollywood could actually be pure. But lately, that picture-perfect love story has turned into something straight out of a scandal-filled movie. And now fans are asking, what really went wrong behind closed doors? It's almost surreal to think back on how it all started. When Halle Bailey and DDG first got together, everyone was obsessed. They were the kind of couple that made people believe in love again. Halle, known for her innocence and elegance, and DDG, the charismatic rapper with confidence to spare, seemed to balance each other perfectly. He was loud, she was calm. He was bold, she was soft. It was Beauty and the Bad Boy, and fans couldn't get enough. Their TikToks, interviews, and date night posts screamed chemistry and connection. Halle's supporters cheered for her happiness, and DDG's fans said she was the best thing that ever happened to him. But as with most Hollywood fairy tales, not everything glittered behind the scenes. People started to notice little things. DDG would post cryptic tweets like "never trust nobody" or "energy don't lie." Halle began posting quotes about peace, healing, and outgrowing people. The smile started fading, the matching outfit stopped, and the comments under each other's posts disappeared. It was subtle, but it was there. The beginning of the end. Then, the whispers began. Quietly at first, a few fan pages mentioning tension, a few anonymous tips on celebrity blogs saying the couple was fighting more often than not. But things escalated fast when rumors broke that Halle had actually filed some form of complaint or charges against DDG. Nothing official has been confirmed, but the internet doesn't wait for confirmation. Within hours, social media exploded with theories, screenshots, and sources claiming that the situation between them had gotten serious. Now, before we go any further, let's be clear, none of this has been publicly confirmed. Everything we're talking about is based on speculation and fan theory circulating online. But when it comes to celebrity gossip, the internet forms its own version of the truth. And in this case, people are saying DDG has been found guilty not necessarily in a courtroom, but in the eyes of fans who believe he mistreated someone as beloved as Halle Bailey. The reaction online has been wild. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, and Instagram have all been flooded with people dissecting every detail of their relationship. Some fans claim they saw the breakup coming months ago, pointing to interviews where Halle seemed distant or emotional. Others are furious, calling DDG out and saying he lost a real one. One viral tweet said, "Halle tried to love him through his chaos, but you can't heal someone who doesn't want to change." Another fan wrote, "He turned a fairy tale into a cautionary tale." And it doesn't help that DDG hasn't exactly handled the rumors quietly. He's been defensive online, sometimes mocking fans, other times acting like nothing's wrong. During a recent livestream, he brushed off the allegations, calling them cap and saying people were doing too much for clout. But instead of clearing the air, his attitude only made things worse. Fans felt like he was deflecting instead of addressing the situation seriously. Then, as if things couldn't get more suspicious, people started analyzing his new music. In one track, he dropped a line that had fans raising eyebrows: "I lost my mermaid trying to swim with sharks." Everyone immediately assumed he was talking about Halle. Whether that was a confession or just clever wordplay, it sent the internet into overdrive. Meanwhile, Halle's been moving differently. Quietly but powerfully. No direct statements, no interviews about the breakup, just subtle moves that speak volumes. She's been showing up to events looking radiant, glowing even, with an air of peace that feels intentional. She's been spending time with her family, focusing on her baby, and seemingly reclaiming her independence. Her silence has become her statement. She even posted a story recently that said, "Sometimes silence says everything." Fans took that as a message: she's done explaining herself, done protecting people who hurt her, and fully stepping into her soft power. So when people say DDG was found guilty, it's not about legalities, it's about accountability. It's about the collective judgment of the internet, fans, and maybe even Halle herself. Guilty of breaking trust. Guilty of letting ego win. Guilty of losing the kind of love people only dream about. Whether it's true or not, perception is reality in Hollywood, and right now, DDG's image is taking a massive hit. His social media has turned into a war zone. Some fans still defend him, saying he's misunderstood, but the majority are dragging him nonstop. Every post he makes gets flooded with comments like "you messed up," "she was too good for you," and "Halle leveled up without you." It's brutal, but that's how the internet works. One minute you're the relationship everyone envies, and the next, you're the villain in your own love story. Halle, on the other hand, is being showered with love and support. Hashtags like #WeLoveYouHalle and #ProtectBlackWomen are trending again, as fans celebrate her strength and resilience. People admire the way she's handled everything with grace. They're saying she's the definition of class, choosing peace over pettiness, silence over shade. And honestly, she's winning in every sense. This whole situation says so much about the state of celebrity relationships today. It's like the pressure of fame doesn't just test love, it crushes it. Every argument becomes public property, every mistake turns into a headline, and every heartbreak becomes a trending topic. Halle and DDG's story feels like a modern-day reminder that not all love stories get the happy ending we imagine. What's interesting, though, is that people believe this may become part of both their art. Fans are predicting that Halle's next album will touch on this chapter in her life, maybe through emotional, vulnerable lyrics about self-worth, growth, and letting go. Meanwhile, DDG might turn to his music too, trying to flip the narrative and tell his side of the story. But whether fans will be ready to listen is another story entirely. As of now, neither of them has publicly confirmed or denied anything, and that silence is keeping the gossip machine running. Theories are still flying everywhere. Some fans say DDG has been reaching out privately to apologize, while others think he's doubling down and blaming the media for his downfall. People close to Halle allegedly say she's done for good, and that her focus now is her baby, her music, and her healing journey. At this point, it doesn't even matter what the official story is, the internet has already made up its mind. DDG, once seen as the charming boyfriend, is now the guy everyone's warning about. And Halle, once seen as the sweet girl in love, is now the woman who chose peace and walked away from the drama. It's honestly sad to see how quickly a love story can fall apart in the spotlight. One minute, it's #couple goals, and the next, it's lessons learned. But maybe that's the point, maybe this was a lesson for both of them. For Halle, a lesson in protecting her light. For DDG, a lesson in realizing that fame can't fix character. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think DDG really did what people are accusing him of, or is social media blowing things out of proportion again? Do you think Halle will ever publicly address this, or is her silence her final word on the matter? Let me know your thoughts down below, because this story has layers, and it's not going away anytime soon. And if you've been sipping this tea and want more, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to Celeb Juices, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next deep dive. We've got more gossip, more drama, and more untold Hollywood stories coming your way. Until next time, keep your tea hot, your mind open, and your vibes soft, because in Hollywood, the truth always finds its way out. Hot beverage kiss mark.